respondent asked for 2 weeks' time to submit their reply. I received reply from respondent number 2 and 3, but not from respondent number 1, that is CIC. So I really do not know whether we should wait for the response from CIC or maybe.
Once respondent number 2 and 3 have given their reply,
Yes,
then we will presume because. So, do you want to argue on this, or you want to file any counter to this reply?
No, I do not want to.
तो start. Reply कब फाइल किया आपने?
आज किया,
आज सुबह किया जी, आ गया इसमें ना?
कॉपी है,
कॉपी दे दी मैडम को आपने?
जी,
क्या
मेल पहले कर दिया था, कॉपी
मेल मिल गया।
हाँ ठीक है, मिल गया ना आपको। चलिए बताइए क्या कहा इन्होंने रिप्लाई में? पहले अपनी प्रॉब्लम बताइए, फिर रिप्लाई बताइए।
सर ये पेज नंबर 64 पे मैंने कुछ आरटीआई रिक्वेस्ट किया था।
एनेक्सर
पेज नंबर P3 सर, P3 पेज नंबर 64
जी।
सर मैं एक छोटा सा इस पहले एक बैकग्राउंड बताना चाहूंगी। ये सारा का सारा जो इंफॉर्मेशन है, this is all related to the recruitment that took place in 2000. I was also one of the applicant in that, and during that one ineligible candidate was appointed. It has already been proved, and I was the victim because of that ineligible appointment. And it has been proved in all the 3 levels, that is tribunal, Honorable High Court and Honorable Supreme Court. तो ऐसे करके एक तो मैं इस
ये कौन मिस्टर प्रतीक महेश्वरी?
जी my lord.
He was given undue favor at your cost.
What to say, sir? You know better. But of course, I mean, केवल ये वाला चीज इन्होंने CBC को एक रिपोर्ट लिख के दी थी, जिसमें कि ये लिखा हुआ था, they accepted that they appointed an ineligible candidate.
कहाँ है वो रिपोर्ट?
सर ये रिपोर्ट यहाँ पे नहीं लगाई है,
उसको लगा दीजिए।
सर लेकिन एक दूसरी रिपोर्ट है सर, जिसमें कि इन्होंने ये मेंशन किया हुआ है कि इनकी रिव्यू कमिटी ने जो इनकी जो सिलेक्शन कमिटी है उसने MHRD नॉर्म्स के हिसाब से सिलेक्शन नहीं किया था।
कहाँ है वो रिपोर्ट?
सर ये है पेज नंबर 95 P13। सर should I read the?
Please.
Sir, I'm reading the third paragraph of this. During the review, it was found that the candidates who were not having post-PhD experience of 3 years in case of associate professor and 7 years experience in case of professor were not shortlisted for interview, which was not mentioned in the qualification communicated by MOEF CC wide letter so and so while revising the pay scale of faculty members of IIFF. तो ये इन्होंने सर इसके पहले ही वो कर दिया था, और जब मैंने फिर अपने रिप्रेजेंटेशन दिया कि ये डॉक्टर प्रतीक महेश्वरी इनएलिजिबल है, तो ऑफ कोर्स आई मीन एज द नॉर्मल प्रैक्टिस इन गवर्नमेंट they kept dragging till I reached to CBC and PMO, and that was the stage when they found it very difficult to prevent this person, and then they came out with a report accepting that this is ineligible. And in their report, they also specified that the screening committee did a wrong screening, and also the personal section of IFM did not check the documents of this Dr. Pratik Maheshwari properly. तो ये रिपोर्ट तो सर इसके बेसिस पे मुझे मेरा जो राइट था वो तो मुझे मिल चुका है, लेकिन सर इसके अलावा जो और चीजें हैं कि अगर हम पॉइंट नंबर 1, 2, 3 और 4 ये वाले पॉइंट्स देखते हैं तो ये पूरे प्रतीक महेश्वरी से रिलेटेड है सर, और पॉइंट नंबर 5 और 6 अगर हम देखते हैं सर, स्पेसिफिकली पॉइंट नंबर 6 अगर हम देखते हैं कि कॉपी ऑफ एप्लीकेशन ऑफ पोस्ट ऑफ एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर ऑफ डॉक्टर धान्या भास्कर एंड डॉक्टर निमय दास along with the documents related to
right to information act दीजिएगा।
So my lord, these 2 people they also got selected during the same interview, during the same recruitment process. And since I got in depth into all these things, I observed, looking at their credentials, whatever is available over public platform, that they are also most likely to be ineligible, especially on the same grounds as that of Dr. Pratik Maheshwari. तो मैंने इन लोगों के भी कॉपीज मांगी, लेकिन इन्होंने इसको रिजेक्ट कर दिया, saying that this is private document under section 8(1)(j) and section 11. Very surprisingly, my lord, CIC ने भी इस चीज को रिजेक्ट कर दिया। मैंने CIC के 4 डिसीजंस लगाए हुए हैं, जिसमें पुराने डिसीजंस, जिसमें CIC ने बहुत क्लियरली मेंशन किया हुआ है कि ऑल द डॉक्यूमेंट्स बेस्ड ऑन विच any candidate receives or gets or becomes a benefit of such recruitment process, those documents are no more private documents, and section 81J does not apply to those documents, and similarly section 11 is not required to be revoked under these conditions. So मैंने 4 ऐसे cases लगाए हुए हैं my lord, और in fact
वो कहाँ है वो cases?
right, sir, page number 80 से स्टार्ट होते हैं।
Annexure.
So page number 80, P10.
P10, yes.
Shall I read the important points?
Yes. P10 का relevant पढ़िएगा।
Sir, मैं पढ़ूँ सर important point?
हाँ, तो पहले पैराग्राफ नंबर बताइए फिर पढ़िए।
सर पहले तो पेज नंबर 80 का अगर हम केवल फैक्ट्स पे जाते हैं, पेज नंबर 80 का एप्लीकेंट सॉट इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट अपॉइंटमेंट डिटेल्स एजुकेशनल।
ठीक है, चलिए उसके बाद आइएगा।
ठीक है, उसके
रिलेवेंट पढ़िएगा
सर। उसके बाद हम अगर फाइनल डिसीजन पर जाते हैं, ये जो सर मैंने आपको बताया कि
मैडम यू आर वेस्टिंग टाइम।
सॉरी सर,
बी प्रिसाइज एंड बी टू द पॉइंट।
सो सर अगर हम पॉइंट नंबर 8 पे जाते हैं, पेज नंबर 82।
हाँ बताइए।
CPIO has the duty to examine the disclosure, and if public interest is invoked, then such information has to be disclosed by communicating the same to the third party. In this case,
ठीक है, हो गया, चलिए नेक्स्ट केस।
right. And sir, in this case, they have also specified.
P11 में क्या है बताइए।
सर इसमें इन्होंने एक DOPT नॉर्म भी स्पेसिफाई किया है, जो कि मैंने पेज नंबर 75 पे लगाया हुआ है। सर वो वाला मैं DOPT नॉर्म आपको बाद में बता दूंगी।
अभी बता दें।
सर पेज नंबर 75
जी।
So this is a DOPT norm which was made in consultation with CIC and IC.
For come to the DOPT norm, madam, directly.
Yes.
Don't indulge in unnecessary details. That is wasting time of the court.
Sir, P6 point number, sorry, page number 75, point number 4, sir.
हाँ, पढ़िए point number 4.
In order to reduce the number of RTI application relating to service matter, the information related to recruitment, promotion and transfer should be brought into public domain promptly.
59.
Sir, ये वाला DOPT norm.
Just a minute. Yes. Now come to P11.
Right. Sir, फिर अगर हम नेक्स्ट केस में जाते हैं, which is P11, पेज नंबर 84.
जी।
सर इस केस का अगर हम डायरेक्ट केवल डिसीजन पर जाते हैं, which is in page number 87.
Yes.
Sir, in this case, Commission has ruled that the present case information sought is clearly information on a public activity, which is selection to the post of this. Recourse therefore cannot be taken to section 81J in providing information.
You are reading which paragraph?
Sir, sorry, sir. I missed to state.
ठीक है, paragraph 1.
Right, sir.
Right.
After 3 points जो है, sir.
जी जी.
So in the present case, information sought is clearly information on public activity, which is selection to the post of HRM on 13th and 16th September. Recourse therefore cannot be taken to section 181J in providing information. CPIO is therefore directed to supply point-wise information to each question thought by applicant. So this is the second case of.
Just a minute. Yes. P12.
सर इस केस का मैं सेकंड लास्ट वाला पैराग्राफ भी इसलिए पढ़ना चाहूंगी क्योंकि मैंने भी ये वाली चीज मेंशन करी थी कि ये पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट का है।
ठीक है, that I have seen. चलिए नेक्स्ट केस। P12.
P12 पेज नंबर 80। सर इसमें भी अगर हम 89 में हम जाते हैं सर, पॉइंट नंबर 6। The Commission, after hearing the submission made by both the parties, holds that when an employee has been appointed in reserve category on the basis of caste certificate produced by him, the certificate can no longer be termed as personal or third-party information and merit disclosure, and accordingly directs the TIO to provide the information. My lord, although I asked for educational qualification and experience letter, but this is just indicating that any document which is used for getting the benefit or getting the salary, it becomes a private, it becomes a public document.
Yes. Now wait, please. Yes, Mr. What is your stand?
My lord, my stand is that we have already filed reply, my lord, this.
चलिए, लिखिए। Petitioner in person. Shri Dhananjay Kumar Mishra for the respondents. Next, this petition is filed being aggrieved of order dated 24/6/24, annexure P4, passed by Central Information Commission, refusing certain informations as sought by the petitioner under Right to Information Act on the ground that such information is hit by the provisions contained in Section 8(1)(j) of the Right to Information Act, and so also by provisions contained in Section 11 of the said Act. Next para. It is mentioned in the impugned order that information related to third party cannot be provided as denied by the third party, and this information cannot be provided under Section 8(1)(8) within bracket 1, another bracket H of the RTI Act 2005. Full stop. It is further mentioned that information related to third party cannot be provided under Rule 11 of the RTI Act 2005. Full stop. Act का Rule 11 कैसे हो जाता है? Act में रूल कब से है? रूल तो अलग से होता है. आपके CIC ये भी नहीं जानते कि एक्ट में रूल्स नहीं और रूल्स अलग से होते हैं. Shri Dhananjay Mishra admits that the authority which passed the order has wrongly mentioned Rule 11, whereas it is Section 11, and therefore he will communicate displeasure of this court to Shri Vinod Kumar Tiwari, Information Officer who passed the impugned order, that he has wrongly used the terminology of Rule 11 rather than it being Section 11. Next paragraph. The application which was filed by the petitioner under the Right to Information Act is annexure. आपकी
Sir, just a minute, sir.
annexure P3, which was P3 नहीं है. आपकी RTI
Sir, P3, sir.
P3, in which petitioner had sought following information. ये पूरा चार्ट बना दीजिए. ठीक है. Next, petitioner's case is that in the year 2000, certain selections were undertaken by the Indian Institute of Forest Management for giving appointments to the post of associate professor and professor. मैडम सुनिएगा ध्यान से, अगर कहीं गलत हो तो बता दीजिएगा. Professor, and it has come on record and has been admitted by the authorities that the appointment given to one Dr. Pratik Maheshwari on the post of associate professor was illegal in as much as he was not having the necessary qualification, as can be seen from annexure P13, which is the proceedings of the meeting to review the recommendations of the scrutiny committee of faculty recruitment constituted wide order number IIFM/PERS/PSC-51/2020/165 dated 30th January 2020, wherein the committee, 3-member committee, has admitted that within inverted commas, during the review, it was found that the candidates who were not having post-PhD experience of 3 years apostrophes in case of associate professor and 7 years apostrophes experience in case of professor were not shortlisted for interview, which was not mentioned in the qualification communicated by MOEF by letter FNO.12-6/2020-RT dated 20 November 2012, while revising the pay scales of faculty members of IIM as per members of IIFM at par with the pay scales of IIMS and IITs as per the recommendations of 6th Central Pay Commission within brackets 6 CPC. Full stop. Next paragraph. Thus, it is pointed out that the information sought is in the domain of illegal appointments, expenditure made on such illegally appointed persons, and in regard to qualification and experience certificates of persons who were given appointment, which according to the petitioner are illegal appointments. Next paragraph. Dr. Jayashree Dubey places reliance on the judgment order of Central Information Commission within bracket a division bench in matter of Pratap Dabar, DABAR, versus PIO, Department of Posts, and submits that in the first paragraph of facts it is mentioned that appellant sought information about the appointment details, educational certificates of Mr. Anil Kumar, who was selected for the post of branch postmaster in 2015, full stop. The CPIO wrote letter to Mr. Anil Kumar seeking his consent, but he did not provide his consent, therefore, information sought by the appellant was denied by CPIO, and such response was upheld by the FAA, full stop. Next paragraph. Thereafter, the Central Information Commission took a decision and held that any document within inverted commas, any document, which is a certification of educational qualification and is maintained in the register of an university or examining body, is a public record, which means they can be verified by any person, full stop. The appellant sought the certified copies of educational qualifications, which are prescribed as eligibility criteria for selection into the post of branch postmaster, full stop. This information being related to process of selection and recruitment forms part of suo motu disclosure under section 4 within bracket 1 bracket close another bracket small b bracket close of RTI Act and DOPTOM 4.M. dated 29/6/2015, full stop. Hence, under any circumstances, educational qualification related information of selected candidate cannot be considered as third party information, full stop. Inverted commas close. Next. 6. Public interest is involved in the point that only, ये पैरा 6 इसका कोट कर दीजिएगा, पेज 82 पर है पूरा का पूरा है, 6, 7, 8, 9 तक कोट कर दीजिएगा एज इट इज, ठीक है ना. नेक्स्ट पैरा. Annexure P6 is the DOPT circular dated 29th June 2015, which reads as under. इसका पैरा 4 relevant provision of it, relevant provision contained in para 4 reads as under. Next. Annexure P11 is another order of Central Information Commission dated 9/4/2021, passed in the matter of Shri M. Gurunathan and in the matter of Mr. Neeraj Kumar versus Mr. Jeet Singh, and in this case the CIC took following decision. ये मैंने highlight कर दिया, decision cited by the थर्ड पार्टी मिस आभा यादव, ठीक है, इसमें इसको हाईलाइट कर दिया और उसके पीछे डिसीजन, सॉरी इसको छोड़ दीजिएगा, ऐसा पेज 87 पे डिसीजन मैंने साइट कर दिया, which reads as under. ये 87 का जितना हाईलाइटेड उतना कर दीजिए. नेक्स्ट पैरा. Similarly, by order dated December 31st, 2009, passed AOP/A/0000173-AD, Shri N.K. Magale, N-A-M-A-E.
M, sir. M
for monkey.
M for monkey.
N.K. Magale, M-A-G-H-A-L-E, and others versus Central Railway Bhusawal, the CIC observed as under. पैरा 6 है, मैंने पुट कर दिया है, ठीक है ना. नेक्स्ट पैरा. Thus, it is submitted that the information sought by the petitioner being in public domain could not have been refused, taking recourse to the provisions contained in section 81H or 81G and 81H or 81J or section 11 of the Right to Information Act. Next para. I have perused the affidavit filed by IA 5646/25 by the respondents number 2 and 3 and find that there is repetition of the stand as is contained in Annexure P3. Next paragraph. After hearing learned counsel for the parties and going through the record, section 8(1) within H provides that information which would impede the process of investigation or
apprehension or prosecution of offenders is exempt from disclosure of information. Full stop. Thus, it is evident that this section 81H is not applicable to the facts and circumstances of the case, and it has been wrongly mentioned by Shri Vinod Kumar Tiwari, Chief Information Commissioner, that under 81H information is not liable to be given. Next paragraph.
This, as I told you that, as you told me कि अगर कुछ वो होगा तो हम आपको बता दें. सर ये 81H जो था सर, ये जो मैंने दूसरी इंफॉर्मेशन मांगी थी सर शुरू में, पॉइंट नंबर 2 वाला सर, इंक्वायरी.
Next paragraph. As far as 81J is concerned, comma, it exempts information which relates to personal information, the disclosure of which has no relationship to any public activity or interest. अच्छा, इसके पहले ऊपर ये लिख लीजिएगा. It is not mentioned that how revealing of information would impede the process of investigation. Full stop. Therefore, provisions of 81H are not applicable. अब ये जो मैं लिखा रहा था 81J में, no relationship to any public activity or interest, or which would cause unwarranted invasion of the privacy of the individual. However, in the present case, as held by the CIC itself in 3 judgments enclosed as Annexure P10, P11 and P12, that disclosure of qualification for appointment to a public office or educational certificates, which in the opinion of this court will also include experience certificates, cannot be said to be a private information, and that information is always the domain of the public, always within the public domain, and that being the case, therefore taking cue from the order of the CIC in Neeraj Kumar versus Mr. Singh, reproduced of, the educational, technical qualification and experience certificate of selection candidates, file notings, educational, technical qualification and experience certificate of selected candidates cannot be said to be hit by provisions contained in 81J, section 81J, and that being an information on a public activity which is selection for the post, cannot be said to be exempt from the provisions contained in section 81J of the RTI Act. Next paragraph. As far as section 11 is concerned, section 11 of the RTI Act provides that where a central public information officer or the state public information officer, as the case may be, intends to disclose any information or record, or part thereof on a request made under this act, which relates to or has been supplied by a third party and has been treated as confidential by that third party, the CPIO or SPIO, as the case may be, shall within 5 days from the receipt of the request give a written notice to such third party of the request and of the fact that the CPIO or the SPIO, as the case may be, intends to disclose the information or record or part thereof, and invite the third party to make a submission in writing or orally regarding whether the information should be disclosed, and such submission of the third party shall be kept in view while taking a decision about disclosure of information. Full stop. Provided that except in the case of trade or commercial secrets protected by law, disclosure may be allowed if the public interest in disclosure outweighs in importance any possible harm or injury to the interests of such third party. Next paragraph. Thus, perusal of section 11 of the RTI Act reveals that that information which is treated to be confidential by that third party, notice is required to be issued. But proviso below subsection 1 of section 11 provides that except in case of trade or commercial secret protected by law, disclosure may be allowed if the public interest in disclosure outweighs in importance any possible harm or injury. full stop. In the present case, disclosure is in regard to educational, technical qualification and experience certificate, file notings, etc. of the candidates in regard to whom information is sought and who had admittedly participated in the selection process, and further there is an admission in regard to one of such candidates, Dr. Prateek Maheshwari, that his appointment was illegal, then such information will fall within the proviso to section 11 within bracket 1 of RTI Act, and its disclosure outweighs in importance any possible harm or injury to the interest of such third party, and therefore such information can be disclosed as held by CIC in its decisions cited above. Therefore, the stand of CIC in the present case by the impugned order Annexure P5 is contrary to the precedents of the Chief Information Commissioner's Office, and therefore order Annexure P5 is quashed. It is directed that PIO shall furnish necessary information within 15 days from today, that this information will be provided free of cost to the petitioner. Full stop. Petitioner will be free to use this information as per her requirements. Free of cost. Full stop. Respondents shall also bear cost of this litigation, which is quantified at rupees 25,000, and this sum of rupees 25,000 will be paid by the respondent number 2 and 3 in favor of the petitioner through account paid check within aforesaid period of 15 days. In above terms, petition is allowed and disposed of. उसमें एक लाइन और लिख लीजिएगा. It appears to be an attempt, non-disclosure of information appears to be an attempt to shield unscrupulous and ineligible persons.